Let's get right to my exclusive interview with the President of Afghanistan, Ashraf Ghani. Welcome back to the show, Mr. President.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
When we've talked in the past, you have said you would support a positive peace in Afghanistan, but not what the Taliban, you said, sometimes seem to want, which is the peace of the grave. Which one of these is likely following President Biden's announcement of a U.S. withdrawal?
The announcement has been a game changer because the unexpected for the region and for the Taliban has happened. The announcement was not unexpected for me. We have been deliberating about this for 2 years. Now it's a time for recalculation. For us, it's a time of opportunity. For Taliban and for Pakistan, it's a moment of choice. Will they opt to become a credible international stakeholder with rules of the game for a peaceful heart of Asia and connectivity, or for opting for chaos? Equally for Taliban, the major excuse that this is a war to get the international forces out of Afghanistan is over. There is no religious justification left for the war. Political settlement is a must, but the ball clearly is in the court of Taliban and their supporters.
It sounds like, Mr. President, you support the president's announcement, or at least you think that there can be a positive effect from that announcement.
I respect the president's decision. I have always made clear on your show, particularly, that I never discussed numbers or whether the United States should stay long. A strategic decision has been made. The implications of this at the operational level, tactical level, in re-strategizing for the region, for the Islamic world, and for us at the national level is the imperative. The context is radically changed. My style of working is that when context changes, my entire energy is focused on working in the new context. And I'm focused on the opportunities, and I think the opportunities are real.
During the previous administration, during the Trump administration, when they were trying to reach a deal with the Taliban, it would often be leaked to members of the press that you were the obstacle, that you were unwilling to share power with the Taliban. Was that true, and has that changed?
It wasn't true, because I've run on a peace platform. I think it should be remembered that was I who secured the first ceasefire in our history in 2018. The question was, who was going to own and lead the peace process? What we proposed to the Trump administration 2 years ago is that if you want to withdraw, deal with us, the legitimate government of Afghanistan, not with the Taliban on that issue. They made choices, and because of that, they needed a figure to blame things upon. I was never the obstacle, and again, in preparation for the Istanbul conference, I went to my nation and clearly indicated that I was willing to reduce my elected terms of office, but my condition was a democratic succession, where the people of Afghanistan would decide on the succession. For me, it's the principle, not power. Power is an instrument of service, not something personal.
When you think about the Taliban going forward, do you imagine a national unity government? Do you imagine that they are simply going to seek a military conquest of Kabul? What is your sense of where will the Taliban go from this?
Well, what I hope they will go for and what they're likely to go for are likely to be different things. What I'd like to them is to seize the new context where a true national political settlement is made that integrates them within the government, within the society, within the economy, and that we form a government of peace for a brief period, culminating in an election that is internationally supervised and monitored, and in order to make sure that the wounds of the past 42 years, particularly past 20 years, are healed, we will need a discussion of a national compact, and the preparation, the justification, and approval of any peace deal should take place in the Loijerga, our historical institution, where all walks of life are brought. And it's imperative that the Taliban sit with their Afghan sisters and brothers, if that's what they consider us,